the first pitch that we did was really one to get scientific research funding in, and it was really focused on scientific research. It was about how can we now make a selective separation? How can we selectively recover nitrogen, phosphorus, and potassium? And how can you do it better than anything that is currently has been investigated, as you typically do in scientific research? And that was the way that we pitched it for a long time. That was the way we pitched our technology when we started seeing that it was interesting. We said, well, it's so much better than anything else that is on the market because it technically does this and this and this, and it offers much better separation. So it was really from a technical point of view. Even though we saw some market potential, we also always said, for example, we talked to an investment fund that is linked to the university at, just basically an occasion where we accidentally met them. And we said, well, we have a fantastic technology and it can work, for example, for urine in developing countries, which is a huge market, we said, and it works for farmers. Because it works so much better than anything that is out onto the market. And then the investment fund said, yeah, but do you know anything about the market size, the farmers in Flanders? That's not a growing market. And it's not a market that we're interested in investing in. But at that point, we had no idea of what problem we were actually solving or how big our market really was. And through our customer discovery and our customer interactions, we really saw, well, the problem that we're solving is actually huge, and we offer much better value than what is currently on the market, not really only from a technical point of view, but really in terms of problem solving. And then we started building market sizes. We saw that there was a real product market fit, that we offered the solution that the client really wanted, and that the client was willing to pay for that. And that way we could actually calculate the profit potential of the company. And once we showed the profit potential of the company to these investor funds, because we then talked to them in an official way, a more official way, we asked for a pitch. Then all of a sudden they were very, very interested, because they could really now see the profit potential that was actually there, and we more or less opened their eyes to the market that was really out there. It's very important when you do a pitch is that you know who you're pitching for. Who is your target audience? Are you talking to researchers? Are you talking to investors? Are you talking to a client? Try to place yourself in the mindset of those people and try to bring an engaging story. Try to tell something that would interest you if you were in the audience. And the story is very important. Don't make sure that there's a red line in what you want to say. Build up with what you think the problem is, go towards your solution, and then also explain how that can help your target audience. If you talk to a client, that's very clear. Show them how you can solve their problem. If you talk to an investor, show them how much they could actually get out if they invest in your technology. If you do that in a scientific conference, you do that as well. You tell them, this is what we have seen in literature. This is what we think that we have done better. And this is what you can learn from it. So in every type of setting that you are, try to relate to the person that you're talking to. Also try to make your pitch engaging. Make sure that it's not boring. Make sure there are some interesting facts that trigger the attention. Try to keep the attention to you, not only by being enthusiastic yourself, because that's extremely important. Try to be enthusiastic about what you're telling. Try to show that you believe in what you're actually telling, but also try to make it uplifting. Try to make it interesting. Pay attention to details of what you want to say. Make sure that you don't forget things, and practice. Make sure that you're there, that you're confident, that you're at ease, and that only comes through practice. That's an interesting question. The elevator pitch, of course, depends on the person that you're talking to at the moment. If you talk to a client, then you'll give a completely different elevator pitch than when you're talking to an investor or somebody that you accidentally meet at a party, for example. When we talk to our clients, to the farmers, the way I give my elevator pitch is by saying, well, you currently have a problem. You're paying somebody externally 20 euros per ton of manure surplus that you have. You have no control over that. And at the same time, you have to buy extra artificial fertilizers to fertilize your crop. What we will do for you is we'll actually turn your valuable manure, make sure that you don't have to pay for that anymore to an external one. You have control over the margin because you buy the installation. And we turn that into artificial fertilizers that you can use to fertilize your land. So we'll solve your complete manure problem. That's how we pitch it to farmers. And then we see whether they're interested or not. But most of them are interested when you tell it like that. When I meet somebody at a party, then I always tell them, well, maybe you recognize me from television. I'm the guy who turned your urine at the Ghent Festival into beer. And then I tell them, well, the beer was actually a gimmick. It was a bit of a marketing stunt. But in fact, what we really do is we recover valuable nutrients. And that's important for farmers in developing countries because they get better access to fertilizers. But here in Belgium, that's also important because we solve a big manure issue for farmers. So we help make the world a bit more sustainable.